So let me paint you a picture, man. I've been sick for the last week, man. I've just been sick. I hate being sick. I'm sick. So I got a phone call from my brother, man, and it's you like you got friends so close you call them brothers, and you know what I'm saying. When you get to be an adult, you don't really get to chop it up as much as you like, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying. Everybody's grown. Things are different now. But we started getting on the phone, man. It was a couple of us, and we started reminiscing about how we used to play Dragon Ball Z. How we used to do all these crazy 1v1s and stuff. And it got me really thinking, we talked about just in general, Dragon Ball Z games like Tenkaichi 2, and how one of my friends bought the game for me after I was done playing it and beating everybody. He made a Gohan that was so powerful that nobody could beat it because it was just custom. You know what I'm saying? Just good memories like that. It made me think, will Tenkaichi 4 have that same effect? Now granted, I am way older now, and this is not necessarily for me. This is for maybe kids that are younger, because now everything's online. I don't even see kids outside anymore, and that's crazy. That's a commentary on just life today, I guess, but I'm not gonna get into that. It's not a deep philosophical channel. I just talk about video games and anime. But I bring up this question is because I'm very hyped for Tenkaichi 4. Honestly, they'll probably not even give me a lot, and I'll be excited. Give me a Tenkaichi 4 with the same type of mechanics, where you build your custom characters and stuff, and aura changes and all that. Give me all of that in a newer, higher, better graphics PS5. I'ma love it. I'm gonna buy it day one, regardless, because it'll probably not be a good game, technically, but it's gonna be a great game for fun. But since kids don't really go out and do anything anymore, it's would this even be a hit? Do people really? I guess to be honest, it really don't even matter if people don't know about Tenkaichi, because even if you didn't grow up in that era, which a lot of us did, a lot of us touched that era of Dragon Ball Z games, of those great Dragon Ball Z games. Right now, I like to play them even now. And regardless of all that, I mean, it's even if you don't touch that type of those types of games, then Dragon Ball Z is a big franchise. It's one of the biggest franchises in the world for sure. And that ain't no Pokemon, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's definitely one of the biggest anime franchises in the world, if not the biggest, besides Pokemon and maybe Sailor Moon. That's a really big franchise for some reason. I'm not hating on Sailor Moon fans. I'm just gonna move on. Now I know what you might be thinking. What is Tenkaichi? Why do people even care about this? If you don't know about Tenkaichi, man, let's do a little general knowledge segment where we talk about Tenkaichi for just a second.
The Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series is a popular fighting game franchise based on the Dragon Ball Z anime and manga series created by Akira Toriyama. Developed by Spike Chunsoft and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, the series spans across multiple consoles and includes several installments. Here is some information about the main titles in the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, released as Dragon Ball Z Sparking in Japan. This is the first game in the series, originally released for the PlayStation 2 in 2005. It introduced a 3D fighting gameplay style that allowed for full freedom of movement in large battle arenas. The game covers the events of the Dragon Ball Z series and includes a wide range of playable characters. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2 Sparking NEO in Japan. Released in 2006 for the PlayStation 2 and later for the Nintendo Wii, this sequel expanded on the gameplay mechanics and character roster of its predecessor. It introduced new characters, stages, and a more refined combat system. The story mode covered the Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT series. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 Sparking Meteor in Japan. Considered the pinnacle of the series, this game was released in 2007 for the PlayStation 2 and Wii. It further expanded the character roster and included even more refined gameplay mechanics. The story mode covered events from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and various Dragon Ball Z movies. Each installment in the series introduced new characters, arenas, and improvements to the gameplay mechanics. The games allowed players to engage in epic battles using a wide range of special attacks, transformations, and interactive environments. They also featured various game modes, including story mode, versus mode, tournament mode, and online multiplayer. It's worth noting that after Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, the series underwent some changes. Later Dragon Ball games, such as Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Dragon Ball FighterZ, were developed by different studios and featured different gameplay styles.
Alright, and with that out the way, now we can really get into the meat and bones I mean, that's not really much to say. But honestly, I really do love the Tenkaichi franchise. I've been back and started playing Tenkaichi 2. I started playing it on stream, guys. If you want to check out my stream, that's the same name as my YouTube, Twitch. Link should be in the description. I honestly haven't been up there consistently, but I really want to start. So if you guys would be interested in seeing something like that. I want to do manga readings again, but this is not a stream promotional video, so let's not continue talking about that. So, going back to Tenkaichi, I really do love the series, man. I've played it all my childhood. I think the only one that I haven't played was the first one. I played like a little bit of it, and my main focus is 2. 2 is my favorite Dragon Ball Z game of all time. And I got some weird Dragon Ball Z picks. Like, I actually love Budokai 2. I don't know what it is about that first sequel, but I feel like once you play that first game and it's okay, it's a good game, you know, for you back then. That sequel, when it comes out, is insane. Like, granted, if we talk about, like, critically speaking, obviously somebody would choose Tenkaichi 3 and Budokai 3 over both picks at number 2. But for me, personally, I love the board game. I really did love the board game. Like, I played a lot on stream, and it was really fun. I really loved the board game aspect. And in Tenkaichi 2, for me, they had the best story mode. So that was an easy clap. And I know what you're thinking, man. I know everybody is tired of playing the same boring story mode over and over again. Because it's not even boring. It's a good story. I mean, in terms of what Dragon Ball Z presents. But it's like choosing going and fighting Raditz at the beginning of a Dragon Ball Z game would probably break me. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I would assume Tenkaichi 4 might have something similar to that, but no, let's be honest, it might not though. That's what makes it so interesting because, you know, Kakarot did the same thing. You know, they went to Raditz to Buu and then they had the DLC. In this actual game, we would assume, I mean, considering what they showed us in the trailer was what, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, we would assume that this would take place in Super. It's a Super-based game. Now, we don't know if we're going to get the original series back, like the original series, Dragon Ball Z. To be honest, I would really love it just to extend the story mode just a little bit, because even though I really hate doing that fight over and over again, I really hate Raditz to Buu. You know what I'm saying? I hate when it ends there. Obviously, in Tenkaichi 2, Tenkaichi 3, we had GT and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when they say Raditz to Buu, that's just like the main storyline what they're talking about. And that particular storyline was in more games than the GT storyline or the Super storyline. So even though those games sometimes had the GT storyline, they didn't always play it. They didn't always use it because they felt like GT was the worst. I would love for, like, you get to the end of the Buu saga, because I really do love those arcs. You get to the end of the Buu saga and then you can spread your different wings and either go to GT, which is not canon, or go to Super. You know, so I hope they don't write out GT entirely, because if it is a Tenkaichi game, I really want to play with like Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and all that. So I definitely don't want to like say, hey, let's forget about these guys. I hope they can do what like the movies do, like with Top Gun. I just watched Top Gun Maverick, where they can really dive into the nostalgia without letting it take over. That would be great. You know what I'm saying? I would love like some of the nostalgic menu options and the way it looks in the menu and stuff be a high definition version of what they used to have. That would be cool. The gameplay should obviously be enhanced, and you know, obviously they're gonna do graphics, gameplay, and all of that. All in all, man, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for it though. I'm really excited. We've already decided when that game comes out, we're gonna all get together wherever we're at, and you know, just take a day off or something, and just really play that game to its fullest. Because you know what I'm saying, there's nothing like memories, and I think this game is a big, successful look at how you can use and weaponize somebody's memories and nostalgia against them. Because she's just showing us the Tenkaichi 4 thing made us lose our mind. But with that being said, guys, how you feel about Tenkaichi 4? I mean, it's been kind of media silent on it. I don't even know when it's going to come out. I'd rather not rush it and hopefully be a really good product. And, I mean, I don't even know if it's going to hit the same, to be honest. You know, with microtransactions, I made a video about that. About, like, microtransactions and stuff could ruin the game and it could be an issue. But I'm going to choose to remain on, like, the hopeful side. And even though we'll probably have microtransactions, hopefully they won't be as bad. Or my only issue with microtransactions is not like actually paying for them. It's actually waiting for them to be implemented so you could have paid for them. Like, you're gonna like draw it out so that you have to. It's like, oh, you gotta wait for this character to be cut into the game. Kind of like how Shinobi Strikers is. Like, a lot of those characters should have been in the game from jump, but they didn't allow them characters to be in the game so they can actually cut them out and resell them as DLC packages. Like, Shinobi Strikers has like 30-40 DLC, and like back in the day in the original game of Naruto, they would have been main characters like Neji, bro. Like Neji, bro. Come on. But we're not talking about Naruto. And the video's over. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video.
スタープラチナざわやれやれだぜ